Stronghold. Long ago, in a world where myth and reality intertwined, a vast kingdom called Gyeongju stretched across continents. Its lands were diverse, from the snowy peaks of the north to the golden deserts of the south, united by trade, culture, and a shared belief in the ancient Stronghold, a mystical fortress hidden in the heart of the Great Divide, a mountain range said to be impassable. The Stronghold was no ordinary fortress. Legends whispered that it was built by the Celestials, divine beings who once walked among mortals. It was said to house the Heart Stone, a gem of immense power capable of granting prosperity or destruction, depending on the wielder's intent. For centuries, the Stronghold had been protected by an unbroken lineage of guardians, known as the Wardens of Gyeongju, who swore to keep the Heart Stone from falling into the wrong hands. But peace is fleeting, and darkness often rises when least expected. In the kingdom's eastern territories, a warlord named Kale the Devourer emerged, leading an army of mercenaries, sorcerers, and deserters. His ambition was unmatched, and his thirst for power insatiable. Kale believed the Heartstone was the key to ultimate dominion. With his armies, he began a campaign to conquer Gyeongju, leaving destruction in his wake. The Wardens, led by a young warrior named Eldoria, prepared to defend the Stronghold. Eldoria was the first female warden in generations, chosen not just for her skill in combat, but for her unwavering resolve and sharp mind. She had been raised in the shadow of the Stronghold, trained in its halls, and was bound to it by an unshakable sense of duty. Cole's forces reached the Great Divide, their advance halted by the towering mountains. Using ancient magic, Kale uncovered a forgotten pass and began his march toward the Stronghold. Eldoria, with her small band of wardens, had anticipated this and prepared traps along the narrow paths, using the terrain to their advantage. The first skirmish was brutal. Cole's soldiers, though numerous, were unprepared for the Warden's guerrilla tactics. Rock slides crushed battalions, and narrow passes turned into deadly choke points. Despite the initial victories, Eldoria knew they couldn't hold Kale off forever. Desperate for help, Eldoria sent word to the allied tribes of Gyeongju, calling on their ancient oath to protect the Heart Stone. Among those who answered were the Storm Cloaks of the north, the Sand Runners of the south, and the Sea Blades of the coastal regions. These warriors brought unique skills: ice magic, desert camouflage, and naval expertise. United, they formed a diverse but determined resistance. Kale, undeterred, unleashed his most fearsome weapon, a sorcerer named Malkrose, who could summon shadow beasts and twist reality. The Wardens and their allies faced nightmares made flesh, and for every victory, the cost grew heavier. As the final battle loomed, Eldoria discovered Cole's true plan. He didn't just want the Hearthstone, he wanted to corrupt it, turning its energy into a weapon capable of unmaking the world. In a desperate gambit, Eldoria led a small team into Kale's encampment under the cover of night. Their mission was twofold: to assassinate Malkrose and destroy the artifacts fueling his dark magic. The infiltration was perilous, filled with close calls and fierce combat. Eldoria herself faced Malkrose in a deadly duel, her sword clashing against his staff as shadow and light waged war. Though wounded, Eldoria managed to strike Malkrose down, disrupting Cole's plans. But the warlord, enraged, launched an all-out assault on the Stronghold. The allied forces, though battered, stood their ground, fighting with every ounce of strength and courage they had left. In the final moments of the battle, Eldoria confronted Kale atop the Stronghold's highest tower. Their fight was a clash of wills as much as weapons, with Kale taunting her about the futility of her cause. But Eldoria, fueled by her love for her people and her belief in the Heart's One's purpose, delivered the final blow, sending Kale plummeting to his doom. With the warlord defeated and his army scattered, peace returned to Gyeongju. But the Stronghold, damaged and vulnerable, could no longer house the Heartstone. Eldoria and the surviving Wardens, with the blessings of the allied tribes, decided to hide the Heartstone in an undisclosed location, ensuring no one could ever misuse its power again. Eldoria became a legend, her name etched into the annals of history as the warden who saved Gyeongju. The Stronghold, though empty, remained a symbol of unity and resilience, a reminder of what could be achieved when diverse people stood together against a common threat. Generations later, bards still sing of the Stronghold, of Eldora's bravery, and of a kingdom that defied the darkness. The tale inspires all who hear it, reminding them that even in the face of overwhelming odds, courage, unity, and faith can overcome any adversary. Written and produced by CEO Media Generation Entertainment TV, Mr. Akinmosu Bakinson Babatunde. Thanks for watching.